And after that, they're all exactly the same.
Hey everybody, I'm Jason, and welcome back to From Tree to Lumber. Well, with the nice weather returning and just over a month before my rotator cuff surgery, I've decided to make a push to finish the sawmill shed. I've spent a bit of time off camera finalizing the design and then actually making the first two test rafters. I'll get into those details in the next video because right now I really need to focus on making sure that I have all the materials ready to knock them off. For those that are new to the channel, I'm building this shed to house my Norwood HD36V2 sawmill. It's constructed of white oak harvested from our family farm. Unfortunately, progress was interrupted by an early winter, but I'm back at it now. I hope you enjoy.
So let me try to explain to you what's going on here. I cut these on the OS 18 with my homemade extensions, and although it did a not bad job, it wasn't perfect by any stretch. It was a bit of a stretch for that poor little thing. So what I did is I cut these to at least 6 inches, okay? Some of them are a little bit more because I kind of thought I'd have to resaw them, and that's what I'm about to do right now. Some of them have actually started to kind of give me a little bit of a crown as they've dried a little bit, and that's fine. It's nothing too crazy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna cut these down to about 5.5 inches thick, okay? I don't think that's going to make any difference in the structural strength of the whole thing. I mean, it's white oak and it's strong, and I'm not that picky, right? So what I'm going to do now is do a little rip so that they're all the same height. That way, when I put them up on top of the beams, then I'm going to have a reasonably flat roof. I know it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be the best I can do. Now, I have the same problem with this sawmill as I did with the OS 18 in that the bed's not long enough. It's going to be something I'm going to extend eventually, but not just right at this moment. So what I'm going to have to do is I got 12 feet of cutting. I'm going to cut the first maybe 10 feet, 11 feet, and then I'm just going to slide these down and then cut the end here. You know, they don't have to be absolutely perfect. They just, you know, have to be close enough. So that's the plan. I've done it with the my first two already, and it worked out quite well, and I'm not expecting any trouble. And also, because of the length, I've added a couple of adjustable clamps just to keep everything nice and tight so it doesn't start kind of flapping all over the place. I've only got the 2 stops right so far, so I just want to make sure that everything's nice and stable. Also, I'll be able to flip the whole thing just like it's one great big beam, and then cut this thing perfectly from both sides to get my 5.5 inches as kind of as close and as perfect as possible under the circumstances.
Well, so far so good. Moving these rafters like this is slow and kind of painful, but I'll get there in the end. Luckily, there's only 2 batches of them, so things should move around a fair bit quicker once I'm through this. It's an absolutely beautiful day to be working outside. Unfortunately, the sawmill is going to have to sit for a few months during my recovery period. I'll definitely feel a lot better knowing that it's out of the elements, and I'm certainly looking forward to returning to it sometime this fall.
And after that, they're all exactly the same. Okay, so it's the next day, and I've got all of those long portions of the rafters stacked, and I've got them covered. The next thing I need to do are those little lookouts that come off the end of the rafters. Those are 30 inches long each, so they're also going to be the same 5.5 by approximately 2. So I've been gathering up a little bit of scrap that I've got laying around, and I'm going to cut those down. I need 9 of them. I've got 2 rafters up, 11 total, so 9 is what's left. And I've got lots of scrap to get it done. So just gonna rip them all up right now. You might remember this piece here is one of the posts that I originally cut that wasn't quite up to my standards. So it's already 6 inches wide, and it's kind of well dried. It should be perfect for this. Some 2x6s, no problem. Okay, just split that big one down, but I want to show you this. Check it out. So I went through the pith right in the center. Look at that. That's the quarter sawn ray flex showing through. That's white oak, right? Beautiful wood. So I've got the saw set to the thickness that I want, which is just a little bit under 2 inches, which is what most of those rafters are. The thing I need to do now is just load these next 3 pieces in to get the last couple of pieces out of it. And I don't want to touch the saw head for height. I'll leave it right there so they're all the same. You also probably saw me take off these 2 5/4 pieces. So once I finish cutting down these 2x6s for the rafter tips, I need to start collecting a bunch of wood for the strapping or the purlins. So I'm going to probably settle on 1 inch thick by either 2.5 or 3 inches wide. And I need about 200 feet of it, so might as well start collecting now, right?
Now that all the rafter materials are done, I'm going to sort through my pile of useful cut-offs. These have been set aside for exactly this reason, and there's some really nice lumber to be salvaged from them.
Okay, so I just cut 140 feet of 1 inch by 2.5, and that's kind of all the scrap that I'm willing to part with right now. So I'm gonna go check my white oak log pile. I've got a bunch of small logs. I'm sure I just need what, 60 feet, so yeah, I should be able to get that out of a small log. Okay, here's my little stash of small white oaks. They're tops of trees or just small trees. Most of them are sort of 6 to 8 inches in diameter. Reasonably straight. I was going to make 4x4s out of them. But that one right there, looks like it's about 8 inches in diameter, so that should do it. It's more than 12 feet long. So I'm sure I can get 6 pieces out of that, 1.5 inches by 3 without much trouble, maybe even a few more. Wouldn't hurt to have a few more just in case. So I'm going to pull that one out, take it to the mill, rip her down. Okay, there's all my strapping right there for the metal roof. So I figured it out. There's something like 210 feet here, a bunch of 12s, bunch of 8s, a couple of 6s. So I think I figured it out that I actually only need 180 feet to run across to support the metal roof. So I'm gonna go with metal. That way I can get it done before my surgery, which is a big deal for me. I can tuck the sawmill underneath here, keep it protected, and won't have to worry about it. Got all of the stuff for the rafters right here, ready to go. I'll keep it covered. I'm gonna keep those 1 by 2.5s in the steel shed just to keep them out of the sun, and then I'll keep this covered up. And hopefully in the next week or two, I'll be able to start putting these together, just to follow my my 2 samples up there. And then I'm probably gonna have to get some help to put them up, because I shouldn't be doing that kind of stuff, right? Although if I do use the tractor, it's not that bad. So I think that's gonna be it for this week. Got all the material to finish the sawmill shed now. And it's just a matter of putting it all together, putting it up, ordering the roof, and getting that done. So thank you very much again. Take care.